have one last request. Don't use embalming fluid on me. I want to be stuffed with crab meat. Woody Allen, AZ quotes, October 16, 2017. I have worked at Whitlock Mortuary in Toccoa, Georgia for 2 years, and I have seen embalming done several times. I'm going to school to be a licensed funeral director and embalmer. Everyone should be informed on how embalming is done because they will either be cremated or embalmed. Today, I would like to inform you on how embalming is done on a deceased person. In order to better understand embalming, I will discuss the process of embalming, the cosmetic part for the viewing, and how important it is to the family and to the funeral director embalmer. First, we will talk about the process of embalming. A funeral director embalming needs to know how to correctly embalm a body so the body looks as if it did before he or she died. The first step in the embalming process is cleaning the body, and what this means is you spray down the body with water and bathe them with soap. Usually, when the body arrives at the funeral home, they are dirty or have been sitting in filth. The second step is you fix the facial features. Fixing the facial features is a very important role to embalming. Setting the facial features is where you close the eyes. In doing so, you place eye caps over the eyeball and shut the eyelid, then gluing the eyelid together. Another step in setting the facial features is closing the mouth. How you close the mouth is you take a tool called the needle injector and place it in the jaw, and then you pull the mouth together. The next step is a very important step to embalming, which is, according to OMIC's international website, last updated on 2017, arterial embalming, which involves the injection of embalming chemicals into the blood vessels, usually via the right common carotid artery. Blood and intestinal fluid are displaced by this injection, and along with excess or radial solution are expelled from the right jugular vein and collectively referred to as drainage. This process usually stiffens the body and preserves it. You rewash the body after this process to get all the blood off. Now we know how to embalm, we can discuss how to do the cosmetic part of embalming. Morticians need to know how to put the makeup on and the clothes on the deceased person for the viewing. According to Learn website, last updated on 2017, depending on the cause of death and whether an autopsy has been performed, you may need to shape or reconstruct part of the deceased body. These procedures are usually done using substance necessary for molding, like wax, cotton, clay, or plaster of Paris. In this part, you want to make sure you have hitting everything you need to. After you have reconstructed the face and the body, it is time for the makeup. Most people think morticians use different makeup for the deceased person, but they use makeup you wear every day. Heavier cosmetics may be needed to hide abrasion or discoloration that have occurred in the deceased face during sickness or after death. Learn 2017. The next step to prepare the body for the viewing is placing the clothes on the person. This step can be difficult at times. The deceased person is always lying flat, so you cannot pick them up to place the clothes on them. You cut the back of the clothes and place it on them. The family brings in what they want their loved one to wear. After discussing how to embalm and how to prepare the body for the viewing, we can discuss how important embalming is for the family and the funeral director embalmer. When the family likes how their loved one looks, it makes the funeral director embalmer happy. When embalming, you always want to think about the family. You want the deceased person to look as normal as possible and make them look like they are lying in peace. This is the last time the family will get to see their loved one, and you want to make sure it looks like them. When the family is pleased with how their loved one looks, it makes the funeral director embalmer's job rewarding. That is what they strive for. In a personal interview with Benny Slate, funeral director of Whitlock Mortuary on October 9, 2017 states, "I have families I see in town that know me because I directed their families' funerals. I also help them get through hard times. There is this one lady who calls me her son. I get really nice thank you cards from people, and that means more to me." Today, I informed you on how embalming is done on a deceased person. We discussed the process of embalming, the cosmetic part for the viewing, and how important it is to the family, funeral director, and embalmer. I hope none of you will never want to be stuffed with crab meat.